everyone, my name's Mel. I decided to have a go and start a podcast. This is going to be a knitting, crafting podcast. I do other crafts, but it will be predominantly knitting. I've wanted to do this since, well, more than a year. My husband bought this camera for me for my birthday last year, and here I am starting now. So it's been a while. I thought I'd start by saying where I'm from, which is I'm in the Macedon Ranges in Victoria, so about an hour outside of, or 45 minutes depending on traffic, outside of Melbourne, where I live with my husband and children and assorted furry friends who you will all get to meet at some point along the way. I thought I would start by explaining why I'm naming this podcast Working Down the Whips. A few years back I started a thread in a group that I was co-moderating in called Working Down the Whips, because at the time I had 43 whips. Most of those are now complete. The ones that are left are, I think there's two, a sock yarn blanket and an advent toy. So the blanket being a very much longer term project, and the advent toy being that once Christmas is over I lose interest, which is not really so good. I need to get going on it. I've taken a little clip of all my current whips that I have listed in Ravelry, which I will insert into here. Hi everyone, I thought I'd do a roundup of my whips. This is my most recent whip, which is a Celtic Myths Shawl. So I'm just working on the cabled border at the moment. Next we have Threep Muir, which is up to the miles of stockinette. We have some purple socks. This is going to be a toy cat. The pattern is called the Nursery Cat. This is a sweater that I'm calling Rhinebeck Memories because the yarn was purchased at my first and only ever visit to Rhinebeck in 2012. This is Svelge, I believe. So just another nice plain sort of sweater with a bit of short rows to have different hem lengths. Cast this on to be good to take to the movies with the kids on the school holidays, and then there wasn't anything particularly that anybody wanted to see, so it's ready for the next school holidays. This one is a ribbed top with a bit of lace at the top, knit out of Zilana Air, which is just beautiful, so soft. This is a crochet granny stripe that I'm using my opal mini advents to make. What else have we got? These were my Christmas Eve cast on last year. We have a Sow sweater, which the back is finished and on the front. I have my Birkin by Caitlin Hunter that I'm on the body. I have these frost slippers that were a kit last year for Christmas that involves steeking. So all the work is done up, ready to needing to be steeked, which I've never done. So that's a new challenge waiting to be done. This is a little gingerbread house sort of advent thing, which needs to be, I'm choosing to line it with this cute little Christmas puddings fabric, and then it will have decorations on the outside and a few inside to hang on the tree. So it might look like it's nearly done, but it's not anywhere near done. And then this is my beautiful sock yarn scrappy blanket, which I just love. It is absolutely beautiful. I normally work on this mainly in December using Advent minis, so that it's full of lovely memories. So that is my current whips that are listed on Ravelry. We won't go any further for now, but we're going to work on working down the whips before the new year. But for today I thought that I would show you what I'm actively working on this week. So this week I'm working actively on my Birkin sweater by Caitlin Hunter. I was gifted the pattern and the beautiful cream yarn in Christmas Advent Swap last year by the lovely charity of Scrap Fair Knits podcast. And the colour work I'm doing in Knitpicks Palette. I'm sorry if you can hear my dog in the background. She saw people walking past her house. So I have worked past all the colour work, and I am now just working down the body. So it's hopefully going to get finished within the next week, is my hope. This is currently my very simple knitting that I can do without having to concentrate. And when I have a bit more time or quiet time to knit, then I'm working on this project, which is a gorgeous shawl, which starts out just like any other shawl, but then it has a beautiful cabled applied border that you knit on or join every second row as you're knitting. And this is a 16 row repeat. It requires a little more concentration just not to forget where I'm up to. I'm currently alternating 2 different yarns for the border because I was running out of yarn. I think that I'm getting away with it, so hopefully that will be enough to finish the border, because there is quite a way to go. Loving this knit also. Just wanted to talk for a little bit about what else you could expect to see on this podcast. I occasionally spin and weave and sew and embroider, and generally spread myself too thin on too many projects. But that's okay, as long as we're having fun. That's all that matters, and things are getting finished. I'm a stay-at-home mum to a reducing family, where most of our children have now moved out. The youngest is in grade 5, and then the next 2 who are still at home are in year 9 and year 11 high school. We have a dog who is a rescue Kelpie cross, well, we guess greyhound or whippet. We have 2 rabbits, Ochre and, oh my goodness, Ochre and Cookies. We have 3 chickens, that I'll get in trouble with when I forget their names. And we have 2 little guinea pigs as well, Bucky and Alchemy, and they're all pets and loved. The chickens have the bonus that they lay a few eggs, but even when they don't lay eggs, they will still be loved and part of the family. And that's probably enough for now. Dream knitting. I'm not letting myself even think about dream knitting at the moment because I made myself a list of my current WEPs that I have listed in Ravelry, not the ones that aren't listed in Ravelry. And then I estimated how much time each one of them would take. And then, having taken into account how many weeks until Christmas, I have to work on these if I'm going to have them finished before the end of the year. I do like to try and clear the needles of as many projects as possible before the new year. You know, blankets and bigger things don't bother me, but, you know, if I've got little tops and toys and things, you know, children grow, tastes change, so I like to try and get them finished and being used. Anyway, I hope that you'll join me in this journey of working down the WEPs, and that I'll see you again next time. Bye.